Why, hello everyone. I'm really excited to share kind of this really in-depth sneak peek about the development of In My World process in my life. So this video recording is just a little snippet of a very long session that I had with my friend Anastasia Paveloff, who is a dream tender and has many magical gifts, you could say. But this was several years ago, and this was after taking it and using this process for myself. I started facilitating it for others, and I was in the process of really discovering and exploring what this process was with her. Now, you can say this is a snippet, but it's over an hour long. This is kind of how she and I worked together a lot. We'd sometimes be at it for 3 hours at a time, going in deep, uh, discovering different topics or trying out processes. And so it was really, really cool to spend this time with her. I wanted you to really enter into this in a real sacred manner. There's a lot of emotion that arises during this process and while she does it, and it shows you how, with our determination, with the energy, with the intention, how we can truly go through these kinds of exercises and they can really open us in beautiful, beautiful ways. Now, after you watch this, I hope you get excited to be a part of perhaps even a group session of soul play. And what I'll be doing is I'll be putting together soul play sessions for groups, and you can simply sign up to be a part of it. You can be the one who I'm working with during the session, or you can be one of the people that I will be working with during that session, and shows you how much you can gain from simply watching and being a support to others going through a deep process like this. So if you are interested in joining Soul Play, there will be a link below, and there also will be a link for you to get your own free Soul Play exercise, a soul song, or a soul experience also. So don't forget to check that out, and also like and subscribe. That really helps out my channel and helps me be able to continue to share in the deep ways that I wish to. All right, here is the video. This is us starting to explore soul play within my world. And we're coming into this video, her talking about some of the frustrations of what she's feeling with the energies in her life and how she wants to be in ease. She wants to feel in ease and abundant. And so we enter in
What got to happen.
being with abundance
And
and ease in
it
my
was
world.
an amazing day. And it was a day that I never, ever could have planned, like ever in all my life.
Yeah, and that's how I have been living for a while, but I get back into these patterns of but I really would like to send, like, I'm expected to send this specific email, and it needs to be sent this week. And but I know that's the thing is that I think what we really need to do, so to speak, and maybe even don't need to do, all those things we have on lists or whatever, like they will come up and be done at the time that they need to be done.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
because there is this deep, like overwhelming need to rest, but I also, like you, was feeling a call to be in a place of action, but there was so much trauma around if I am in action, and
Mm,
it is beyond burdensome. I'm not sleeping well. I don't
yeah.
feel well. It's a level of pressure and stress. I would rather just literally drop everything and run and hide, and no one hears from me again, or at least not for a long time. And so there's that resistance, and I was
Mm,
actually kind of turning like, oh yeah, I hope Kyle talks about how I don't have to do anything and I just have to listen. And I do have to listen radically, but I also have to do what I'm hearing. And also let the ego that's saying, but I gotta do ABCDFG. It's like, well, maybe, but maybe not. And maybe you'll do it, but
yeah.
like 2 years from now, or maybe tomorrow,
Yeah.
or you don't know. But I
Yeah.
have the magical flowing days. Like I do, I've had a magical flowing day today, and I was able to I really have a lot of paintings I need to sign that just need signatures, and that takes me a long time to do it because it's very, very representational art there.
But
But that's exactly it. It's that effort
it
or
is.
action can be restful, can be
Yeah.
easeful.
Yeah.
And you learn how, like, sometimes I'm like, well, I think I want to maybe push my edge a little bit because there were times I was feeling too, like, kind of sedentary at times,
Yeah.
and without shame, like I just am curious, and then I would learn, oh wow, yeah, no, suddenly my immune system feels shot, adrenals already feel shot, like my I feel like I'm already about to lose sleep just pushing, like, or my I get
Hmm.
injured, or so it's, and then there I have to be the safe space when the shame, like, comes up, like, how are you ever going to do anything in life? Like the only way you were
Yeah.
able to do anything is because you pushed so hard, you disregarded your body and all the red flags, but you did so much. But really, who you are is someone who can only, like, you have all this talent, but you can only, like, push, like, and then I'm done for like a month. I have to, like, I've been sleeping the last 2 weeks, like 14 hours to catch up with the last month and a half of insanity because I pushed myself and I felt called to push myself, and now
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm learning.
I'm feeling something present itself right now. And I hope you jump and take a leap. This is going to be so much freaking fun. Okay. Okay. So, no, I love this. This sense of being able to act within ease, be able to take action within this ease, this sense of ease and softness, and like you're not carrying the weight, you're just letting it unfold. Last night I had so much fun. Matt Mortensen from evolving from the Kyle's group or whatever, we've been doing all these exercises together, and he was just really amazing and willing last night to do a practice that actually has come through me called In My World. And it was really, really cool to have the first chance to really be present with someone and assist them in guiding them through kind of the process and what it could be. And I don't know, I would love to do that with you, in the sense of bringing that sense of true ease in action into your understanding of the world. And what you'd say, excuse me, as I spit all over myself, I get so excited. I get so excited. When I get so excited, saliva builds in my mouth. Okay. So what you were talking about with kind of the effort, which it goes along so well with it, because I was talking with Grace this morning, and I said it's one of these practices that it's really good to have someone there to, like, guide someone through it in a way, especially at the beginning, because the practice itself, you do step into imaginary world, and this well, Ani. You know this really well. A lot of people think their ego has to create it. Like, they're putting in this effort, this efforted thing in order to, quote unquote, create this world. And when they do that, the wheel actually stops. Like, it isn't about that. And so, even though a part of you is being triggered back into the old sense of action, you know what this is. You know what allowing something to manifest what it is. Like, allowing something to manifest what it truly is. But you get to do this in this practice. You get to do this in a way of imaginal action, like you embracing it and you imagining yourself stepping into the world of that experience.
No,
So if you want, I would love to do that with you and just see what the freak happens,
Yeah.
Because as I assist people in walking through this, I'm gaining a deeper understanding of what can make it stronger, more powerful,
Yeah.
like the experience. If
Yeah,
you're
no.
up to it, like I
I'm
would love to.
I'm completely up to it, and I mean, this is why I recently went through this meltdown because that's what dream tending is, and when I'm the moment I'm in that realm, who I am shines so fully, and I am deeply
Hmm.
at ease. I ground so fully. Into
Hmm.
the earth, into the other realms. I'm just like, no, everything is there,
Exactly.
and that's why I didn't. When it became this possibility of like, oh no, you might not be able to finish the third certificate program and move, called into a new life, a new action. But I was like, no, don't take away this one world in which I feel fully like I'm doing something, and yet it's very easeful and aligned, and I could do it all day every day. But it just because I can't do it in a certificate program doesn't mean I can't
Yeah.
do it in my life praxis. I don't have to have that cohort, that community. I create new community, and I'm still in contact with that community, and who knows what will happen with
Oh.
that program. But yeah, so I'm really fascinated to see how you approach this.
I am getting so excited. I'm feeling this like excited, like I am like just so excited right now. I feel this. I feel this like already growing. Like I already feel it like happening. It's so
Like a
awesome.
paintbrush. I don't know. We're like, I don't know. We're
I
creating.
feel
We're
it.
literally
It's so
creating.
awesome. Okay, so basically, so for you, you're talking about this, and what you saw yourself kind of envisioning yourself really completing this certificate and doing this. What if you could, if you could be with that ease, with that sense of flow and creativity? I mean, what words could you say? Like, if you said, in my world, this is how it is. Right now and yesterday, my statement was, in my world, everyone is cared for and compassion reigns. That was my statement. That was my statement. And if you had that statement of what your world is, what quality shows up in your world, what essence, what quality is your world, what would that be? Like, what words would you say?
Hmm. In my world, ease is king and abundance is queen.
Ooh, yes, I love this. I love, this is going to be so great. Okay, so, so, and I want to state you did so amazing with that. And you naturally know this, that like how this could go so in the negative is someone bringing their I hate this, their resistance to it, and them wanting to show that they know better. Like in my world, people, people aren't this way, they're this way, and that can actually build the energy of the conflicting feeling more. It actually can like increase it, but you did it so beautifully. So say your statement again. Like, say your statement again. In my world. Hmm.
In my world, ease is king and abundance is queen.
Hmm. And are they happy together?
Yeah, they're ruling actually in harmony with all.
Hmm.
One sees themselves as king, as queen within their own particular realm, and all the realms are infinite and they commingle easily,
Hmm.
abundantly. There is no lack, and if someone perceives lack, there is support in the community, almost like I can see. It's very spring like, it's very verdant and little bumblebees and flowers. Someone,
Nice.
yeah, someone.
Yeah. So the reason why I asked that question is for you to feel it even stronger in your system. That energy is being pulled in stronger in your system. Like you can feel it. I can feel it. Like feel it in every cell that 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 what is king, what is queen? What is this again? What is your world? Mm.
Yeah, abundance is so pervasive and omnipresent. It is
Mm.
everything, it is everyone. Whatever we need, we call it to ourselves. I'm reminded of
Yeah.
like the leaf peoples, they're
Yeah.
called, a race who used to exist that that's how they lived, and it's something to which we're being called,
Yeah.
and that is it's weaving itself back in. And I was seeing, even if there's someone who, like I saw this little child, like a little boy who's, crying because for some reason he's perceiving some like he's in lack of something. And even if that does happen, it's for a moment. He just puts his little head like on a flower with all the bumblebees, and it's bright as day, and he just kind of rests there, and his tears water the flower and help the flower.
Oh, yes, you are here. You are in the world. You are in your world. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love this. You just naturally went into it, of course, because you are a dream tender. You know what entering in that world is. I'm going to take it one step further, and this is amazing, and I love this. I love you, Ani. This is so fun. Okay. So, what we're going to do now that you know you're feeling this inhabited energetically in your body, ease being king, abundance being queen. Everything goes through ease and abundance. Everything can happen through ease and abundance. I'm going to have you, and I want you to imagine that you have slept a beautiful night of sleep and you are waking up in your world. You're slowly waking up. You're feeling so refreshed, and you're waking up in your world. And you can start and you can make the statement, I wake up in my world, and I want you to figure out what sense is the first one that calls to you, whether it's that you see something, you smell something, you hear something, you feel something. Which one of those senses is like the first thing that's calling to you as you wake up into this, in your beautiful world? What is calling to you? What is it? You're opening your eyes.
I open my eyes and I see golden light. I mean, I saw the landscape's very much like a children's book, the way it's animated and colored and drawn. This sort of world, its features are but it's also very rich and numinous and mysterious and magical. It's yeah, it has kind of like a fairy tale mixed with high art kind of feel,
Mm-hmm.
and almost like I'm up in a tower, not quite a tower, but like a high space that's overlooking. It has a slight Hawaii feel, but the weather is way cooler, and and the clouds are yeah. There's a lot of fluffy cloud action going on here, and but yeah, I just like the layering of the colors at night, and then as it's transitioning to morning, and the
Mm.
soft fluffy white, a lot of white sheets and duvets, like a big duvet that's really thick, and yet it's also super airy because it's all fluff the goose down, right, and yet somehow it's ethical. Sorry, geese. I don't know. Maybe that's the synthetic. I don't know, but it's yeah, there's a lot of like, yeah, a lot of light white colors, but the thing is then like the sun, it's sunrise, and I'm reminded of, I was just in Hawaii, right, and sun, and I, my schedule is such that
Mm.
I rose with the sun, and being able, that's always been a dream of mine to have that kind of a schedule to rise with the sun. But this is, yeah, majestic, and there's ocean and clouds and just golden light coming in, and then the hints of the nighttime colors of the different hues of blue, different kind of gradations of like this rich deep navy, and then lighter blues moving into like little periwinkle colors, and really icy blues, and little black stars. And again, it's like
Mm.
I I'm sure there's a children's book that has this kind of like coloring, like not quite the Little Prince, but yeah,
Mm. The
it's very,
details,
yeah,
beautiful.
very detailed,
Yeah.
and very clear, and very, yeah, it because we, you know, I invoke king and I invoke queen, those, you could say, archetypes, are just those essences, and there is something royal and regal, like I am in a kingdom or queendom, right,
Hmm.
and I'm in like so called like a tower of the castle, right, where it's overlooking, but it's not. Actually, it might be. There might be an age to it, and like a, you know, it's made of like these huge, you know, limestone, you know, bricks, so to speak.
Mm.
It might have that age to it and that kind of majesty. But yeah,
Perfect.
uh,
Perfect.
I'm now thinking of the tower of Jung's tower in Switzerland, but I've not been there. I've just heard so many stories of it. So, but this honestly reminds me of having watched so many fairy tales with the little girl I was taking care of in Hawaii. It's like melding. It's like the kind of fairy
Mm.
tale world mixed with mixed with Hawaii itself, and like, yeah,
Beautiful.
it's so golden and whites, and it's silky, it's soft, it's airy, it's light, it's, yeah, it's golden, and at night it's just, it's, yeah, the kind of warm air coming in from the ocean, yeah, it's just, and yet it's not too humid. It has like a coolness in the morning where you're not just the actual fact drenched in sweat, miserable, sleeping like, God, don't let anything touch me. Like that is, there's just the perfect climate conditions.
Stay in your world. Yeah. So from here, from this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let things unfold, but I'm gonna ask you to let things unfold in the action that you're taking. You as you as the king that is all ease, being the king, and you being the queen that is abundance. Okay. And what calls to you right now? What we're going to do is we're going to have you take an action, and the world is going to unfold what you get to come and meet. All right? Okay? So, what is calling to you at this moment to do, to take action in?
Well, it's first thing in the morning, and this, I'm just witnessing the glorious sunrise and the golden dance of light, you know, in the room, and the air flowing through, and the ocean beyond me,
Mm.
and I'm breathing it in, I'm sitting with it. But the first thing that, you know, calls to me, really, that involves, you know, action, is actually a beautiful silver platter, and that has you know, a morning kind of drink, coffee or cocoa, like, you know, medicinal mushroom blended cacao, whatever, some type of
Hmm.
morning frothy, foamy, milky, hot, yummy beverage that's made and on a beautiful silver, yeah, like, yeah, just the ones that you see like in fairy tales, like ornate,
Hmm.
and silver is so polished, so beautiful, but also has been, it's older, it has seen some things, so it's not like ridiculously perfect. It has some scratches and some patina, and, you know, but it's, yeah, it's really it has beautiful value and in terms of like the hues and the layers of color in it. But yeah, it's polished, it's silver, it's beautiful, and I have my like my little frothy fun, whether it's
Mm.
latte like in a traditional sense or it's like mud water. Not that I don't
Mhm.
represent mud water, but something like that with cacao and medicinal mushrooms. So with a little um, heated foam, steamed like oat milk or
Mhm.
coconut milk is what I
So is
prefer.
it is it it's calling your attention? What are you going to do? What's the action? What is the naturally wanting to unfold as you interact with it?
Well, the action I feel like it's been delivered to me. I don't feel like I really I didn't have to prepare that. It came to
Mm-hmm.
me, and so then I can just take that and go out on on the veranda,
Mm-hmm.
on the space outside. And this has always been like a dream I've had is to be able then easily, just so easily take that. I have like a flowing morning gown on, like a robe of
Mm-hmm.
silk, but it's all like thin and silky and kind of sexy, but very cozy too and beautiful and again effortless. It
Mm-hmm.
all just flows and there's the breeze, and then I walk out to like literally it's like the bed, and then there's just some space and doors that open onto this like this kind of awning, this of again veranda so to speak, that's overlooking the sunrise and the ocean and the trees and the air that's flowing, the fluffy clouds and this beauty, but it's still again liminal space, transitional. It's coming into being still this new day, and I get to sit with it with my cozy, yummy, fun, like so fun. Like it's just so fun. Like I love things that like maybe has whipped cream and cherries and sprinkles. Like I don't know, even if it's a morning drink, it's super fun and super delicious. And it is activating in like a dopamine oxytocin. So like it does fill the
Mm-hmm.
brain and help enliven and live in the body and brain and spirit and so on. And but it's so good for me and nurturing, and again it so easily came to me, and then I get to just easily gracefully kind of just saunter like I wanted to say slink or something, but slither it gets a little weird. I don't want to be snake woman Medusa lady yet, but so just kind of yeah, kind of because it's almost
Mm-hmm.
like ghost like, because I just literally almost like float over, just
Mm-hmm.
gently walk, tiptoe over.
Mm-hmm.
No, tiptoe sounds very effortful. I'm gracefully walking on over, very just
Mm-hmm.
easily. Yeah, like I can feel my feet on the tile floor, the limestone, whatever this flooring is, like the cold from the night. Just not cold, it's just like cool. It feels really good to my feet because it's generally a warm environment, and so I'm just walking out there and on the this outdoor, I like veranda sounds really pretentious and posh, but I love it. It's a fun, it feels like fairy tale castle energy. So I'm on the veranda and I'm
Mm-hmm.
having this drink, and I'm just
Sipping it.
yeah I'm just
What does it taste like? What does that amazing drink taste like to you? Like, I mean, feel it, taste it in your mouth. Like, what is that sensation for you? Like, what is that?
It's silky, chocolatey goodness. I love cacao and chocolate. I have it almost every day, especially when I worked with natural products like cacao nibs and cacao powder and protein powder, that cacao and just cacao, cacao, cacao. So there's cacao in it, but there's like an extra something, like this little slip of magic, like something silvery and sparkly and unknown, like it has an X factor in it, and it could be the
Mm-hmm.
proprietary blend of medicinal mushrooms that are in it. Um, but or maybe there's some maca, or I don't know, but it's just like
Yeah.
there's just a silky, silvery. Maybe there is a bit of a like lohan guo or some stevia, or there's something that just gives it a little pop. Magnolia officinalis actually comes to mind, which is amazing
Mm. All right.
depression and is kind of, I think it does grow in tropical regions, but Yeah, there's something very
Mm.
Hawaiian about this, very tropical, like flowers. Like I feel like there's a flower that, like, I feel like I do have some type of, I don't want to say servant, but someone who's helping me, who like brings me a flower, like,
Mhm.
ma'am, here's your flower, like puts a, like, so I can put a flower in my hair while I'm enjoying this beverage, have a flower that's in the cup, like, oh, we forgot the flower, and they put the flower in the whipped cream or whatever, just, but then they know to kind of like drift back. Oh, that's the word, drift to the veranda, and they know to drift away as I'm just sitting there, just like breathing
Mm.
in, just taking it in, feeling, yeah, salt. I can smell the ocean. It's very, again, very Hawaiian, and very kind of the Hawaii of yeah, one's dreams, and of the so-called postcards. But yeah, it's very, yeah, it's sort of, yeah,
Um,
to that end, it's very picture perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. That's beautiful. I'm loving this. As you're enjoying this drink, there's going to come a moment where you feel ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
Where
already
you
said, now what?
where you feel ready. And when you feel ready, this is the point where another gets to interact with you. And now you as the world, in the world of where ease is king and abundance is queen, allow that to unfold before you, and just tell me how that interaction occurs. It could be someone far away, it could be someone very close by. Whatever it is perfect for you, for that ease to be present and the abundance. Tell me, how does that unfold for you? And if you're having a tough time of nothing is unfolding, go ahead back to that statement and you can say it out loud. In my world, what is in your world?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just sitting and asking, because it's
Mm.
important not to create it, but to be led into it. So I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
what's, yeah. No, I'm very much
I'm being very aware of your relationship with other and outside of you. And so this is part of it, is it does get to be invited in, and however that looks, in whatever way that looks, is going to be perfect for you. And that's what you're ready for.
yeah. No, because yeah, while you were talking, like when I work in deep imagination and dream tending, I work really really fast, so it was already happening. But this
Oh, good.
I'm trying to respect your
Good.
process. It's very
Yeah,
different.
absolutely. Absolutely. And a part of this I'm saying because I'm acknowledging that, just letting those who might watch this know what, why, how I'm entering it this way,
No,
why I'm
absolutely.
doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mentioned that because for me at least, and for the people I work with, ego can start to like just show up and interrupt, and I find that the faster for me I move, the more I flow, the more it's
Yeah.
like, oh, boom, this, then that, then this, then that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this is a
Just
really
plays out.
interesting practice. It's different, but it's
And if
easeful.
Yeah, and if I wasn't here, it could move fast, but there's a portion of this that when you take the time, that
Yeah.
there's a strength in it. There's a
Hmm.
strength in it.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, I respect and completely honor that, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm yeah, just enjoying the curiosity and the how it has its own timeliness to, like you said, ground in my
Mm-hmm.
world, the world in, and to that end, yeah, as so we're talking, what I feel is the so-called servant or helper is a much more appropriate word. The
Mm-hmm.
helper sort of, he's like, ma'am, there's someone here to see you. So, you know,
Uh-huh.
So yeah, because when you were saying how they could come in from far away or something, there's a moment I'm like, is this person flying, like literally just like flying like in the sky from the sun's rise out, to
Uh-huh.
me. Um, and I'm realizing I might be saying sunrise when I mean sunset or vice versa sometimes because I'm so
Yes.
not up at the sunrise. I'm probably calling it sunset. So my apologies if I
Mm-hmm.
said that at all thus far. But yeah. So wow, this is feeling very Beauty and the Beast. Like it's Gaston. No, not Gaston. Gaston was the handsome guy or whatever trying to get Belle.
Yeah.
The one who was
Mhm.
the candlestick. I forgot his name. Pierre.
Yes. Pierre, yes.
I feel like he's the one who's my my helper.
Mm-hmm.
Because he looks just like how Winnie becomes more of a human, and but also in kind of how they made him very humanoid as a candlestick holder. Anyway, so yeah, ma'am, someone is here, and um, so yeah, because this is the part where Psyche wants to kind of like really speed it up, but I think this is really beautiful what you're doing. I think this is helpful to slow this moment down because what it was
Mm-hmm.
so interesting what wanted to happen was almost like from specifically Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, the image of that prince suddenly like popping his head trying to give me a kiss or something with the big heart like the shirt I normally wear, and it's like whoa, slow down, slow down. So I want, because I feel like he's coming up the stair, it's a man and he's coming up the stairs and there's like a door, behind me, my door,
Mm-hmm.
my chamber, my bed chamber. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so we're gonna let this person knock on the door.
Oh,
So
fabulous.
yeah, so he's knocking. I'm gonna wait here. All right, because I've allowed him to come up to my room, per
Mm-hmm.
my helper, right? So yes, you may enter. There's
Mm-hmm.
opens the door,
Yeah.
and yeah, at first he's like, because he has so much energy. There's so much, as we say in Jungian terms, like so much libido, life force, chi.
Yeah.
But he's like coming in like, "May I enter?" And then I'm like, "Hi." And then he's like, "Ta-da!" Like I'm here. So much, and like, because I think at first he wanted to just like slam the door open and just be like, "Blah!" But he was being respectful, trying to like, make sure that
Mm-hmm.
it's okay, like how are you this morning? Are you like really high energy, or you want to be really quiet, or what's he's taking the temperature of the room, so to
Yeah.
speak. So yeah, he comes in, at first slowly, and then woo, and then he so once he got that out of the way, then because I'm laughing, he's laughing, he's just kind of, he's like, "Can I join you?" I'm like, "Please." This is why I have many, many chairs on my veranda. Very big, fluffy, puffy, cozy
Yes.
poof poof chairs. So come enjoy sunrise for me. And oh yes, Pierre,
Mm-hmm.
what would you like to drink? And he's like, "I'll have what she's having. So please get him. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so he's enjoying what I'm having now, except I have a feeling his will have, instead of mine has sort of a silver thread, which incidentally, is the sort of symbol of the goddess or the divine feminine, and he will have gold, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, his drink seems, now that's right. Mine seems, though it has the cacao, it has more like blue hues, kind of like how the
Mm-hmm.
nighttime, the lunar underworld, apparently, yes. And then his drink has more like red and orange hues to it with that gold kind of thread in it. But he's like, "I get whipped cream too, right?" Like, of course you do. He's like, "Are
Yes.
you sharing?"
How perfect. Everything is with ease and abundant. Yes.
And he's like, "Can we just sit here in silence and quiet
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy this morning?" And I'm like, "I thought you'd never ask." I'm like, "Yes, please. That is the perfect way to begin this
Mm.
day. Let's just sit here like tasting every molecule, which is something I love. I genuinely, and this feels, oh, there's so much emotion with this.
Yeah.
I love food so much. I come from a
Hmm.
family who really appreciates food. A lot of us have been chefs, and I've worked with food. I genuinely love to love it as I love
Mm.
to consume and love and honor everything in my life.
Mm.
And and this is deep emotion because I've I've had troubles hoarding at times because I hold on to things because everything is so sacred to me, and it can be hard to part, with some things. And I've learned to let go of things, but in this moment, there's
Mm.
equilibrium. There's a a clarity and an openness in the room. Like there, it's not minimalist. The room has things, but there's not necessarily maximalism either. But it's a lived-in room too. But it's luxurious. It's cozy. It's airy. It's beautiful, silky, white, poofy, fluffy, yummy, and we get
Mm.
to just sit there and in silence and quiet, just listen to the birds, listen to the breeze, feel the sway of the trees and the coconut trees, and hear the ocean and hear nature
Mm.
alive and abundant, hear and feel ourselves as nature, and feel that as well through these like fun, kind of silly, but just deeply delicious drinks that also sort of mirror our own divinity, my sacred
Mm.
feminine, his sacred masculine. And there's definitely partnership here, whether it's like anima and animus, like my, inner
Mm.
feminine and this is my inner masculine. There's like a harmony, a marriage between us, or it's quite literally like a life partner, who's present and but there's partnership, co-ruling. So perhaps he is the queen, I mean the king of ease, or maybe he is the queen and I'm the king, so we
Mhm.
often around folks who are very gender, non-binary at times. So I don't know,
Yeah.
but there is the divine masculine present, feminine present in him and me respectively. And then
Mm.
yeah, we're just sitting there
Feel it,
and
yeah.
letting the sun rise a little more, feeling the heat a little more, but really enjoying this moment as dawn is here, and it's that really crisp, cool, just real refreshment of a new day beginning, and it's beginning
Mm.
in this perfect way where anything is possible, but it's already possible. Like it is possible. Like we're living in the possibility. It's not like it'll be possible later. Like
Mhm.
the future is what I'm hoping for. Like we are so just completely in the now, and again tasting like
Mm.
literally every molecule, every speck of cacao that blended together to make this drink that also has some type of magic. It's like an elixir, a tonic.
Mm.
And that, in fact, in saying that, the the sort of, I don't know, this sort of divine man, this princely sort of man, as it were, is saying, maybe we could have tonics, like traditional Chinese medicine tonics, which I love. I love making tonics, and I have not been able to
Mm.
do that in so long. Um, yeah, he's saying maybe we can have tonics for sunset, but for now, you know,
Mm.
we're just that was like we were listening to nature, and then he just sort of like as I'm talking here, we're narrating. He's like, haha, that's a good idea. We'll
Uh-huh.
However, we will see. We'll let this day unfold because we have the material. If we need to make a tonic, it will come to us. Like we'll have the raw materials we need and the people to help us, so they'll make it for us, or who knows, or we'll buy it somewhere. Whatever. It's we yeah. For now, we're just letting things get a little
Mm.
warmer, the sunrise, and just enjoying and for much of as much as this is like a partnership that's sacred and perhaps it's a facet of me or it is quite literally a different person who is my partner, it doesn't feel like that desperate infatuated romantic type, you know
Yeah.
puppy dog like codependency. Like there is this genuine kind of like sizzle, like a little sparkle of ooh, this guy's fun, you know. I like this guy. Like
Hmm.
he turns me on, so to speak. But there's this. I use this term a lot. It comes from Dr. Eisenstadt. It's just there's a just so-ness about it. It's like yes, he is attractive to me. I am attractive to him. We are in this partnership. It's romantic, but it's also there's a deep grounded rooted maturity to it and freedom to it. Like we've both set each other free, like we're both so independently free and yet also very much together and in partnership, really building something. Like we've built this kingdom, like this is our kingdom, our realm and our domain. And actually I just touched this flower in my head, and yeah, there are flowers. These flowers we helped, you know, plant, or if not plant, just they're blooming, because of our love, how we're blooming. So nature is reflecting, which is true, but I'm feeling like nature is reflecting us. So it is beautiful because we are beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I want you to just take a few breaths and really feel into that, what that feeling is, even as you both are owning your sovereignty and your beauty, that how that's being expressed in your world right now. And take a few deep breaths and just feel into that. Feel into that. Beautiful. And naturally, something is going to arise within you, an action that you know is may have been considered work in another lifetime, but it's something simple and beautiful. And I want you to know when you're ready, you are going to be a part of an action that is calling to be manifested right in the moment, just naturally, just naturally. And I want you to feel into that and allow, as you are in the kingdom of where the king is ease and the queen is abundance. Go ahead and just allow that to open to you in the beautiful way you are doing and you're being with it.
I felt deep emotion because his eyes lit up and so did mine. He's like, it's time to write, which is, you know, my deepest, most treasured gift that I love giving and I've helped so many with, and it's been hard, so hard to write with ease. And it's just like this almost, yeah, very fairy tale, like magical kind of paper with almost like a quill pen, and I have so much joy and beauty to in the possibility of just sitting. He's like in this. He's like, we're in this space. Like this is the perfect space. Like right. You know. I think it's more like why don't you write me a few stanzas, a few words, just write, just anything, just why don't you? It's time. I think it's time, like in this space, to write. And there's also something about me that is unusual in the sense that my hair is naturally almost black, but I now have a lot of gray, so I really do need to sort of dye it. I don't feel ready to have gray hair, and I like having blonde. It makes me feel like a sunshine kind of, and really light, and it's fun, and it's like having, because I don't have fantasy hair, was making my hair fall out, but in this, so pink and green and blue, not for right now, but in this moment, and I'm really noticing that my hair is like big and long, like really long again, and it's my natural color, almost black, and it's so full because my hair is not really like that anymore, and it's just, and but my hair is very curly and wavy, and so it's big and voluptuous like it was when I was a lot younger, but it's darker than a little darker than my natural color, and that also makes me feel like it gives a contrast that's actually really enlivening and brightening to my face and my features, and there's just, yeah, I'm just like sparkling and shining and so grateful. And no, it's just so, it was just like, yes, of course. And like this paper just kind of like floats down in a little pen that I could just, sit and just scribble, like just write, just put down words. It doesn't have to be formatted a certain way. It doesn't have to be, stanzas. It doesn't have to be with, any type of versification or, it doesn't have to be short story, screenplay. It's just words. This man is so happy this is the perfect moment. Paper flows down. Here's pen. Maybe Pierre brought the pen. I don't know, but they're there. And just looking at, again, it's very Hawaii like, and just writing down like plumeria, parrot. Oh, there's alliteration there. Just writing down, ocean. The ocean is verdant this morning. Like just pairing things that don't necessarily need to go together. There's majesty in the air. I'm here. I think I want to call him Eric, like Prince Eric. What is that? That's a Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm obviously a product of the '90s. Oh my god. Shit. And early 2000s. But anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and be with whatever you write. And as you are with that, I want you to feel the benefit of every single letter that you write on that paper and what it is in your world. Go ahead and breathe and feel into that. Feel into what is your considered work and what it means. Every single line that you write, what is that in your world? What gift is that in your world?
A lot of the words, like the word orange and then crimson, and so the words themselves are like the colors that they evoke and the images they evoke, or the food stuffs, and it's like I'm actually creating, like I write the word orange, but it's almost like orange suddenly is like, it kind of like is created as like like a 3D, sort of like a virtual reality type, like, hovering image is suddenly projected of like orange, or the letters on the page are literally, it's almost like the letters ORANGE are orange, but also have that shiny skin of an orange, so it's like literally an orange is on the page. Or crimson, it's paint, like the crimson red paint I use often, it kind of almost like drips like blood a little bit, but not in a macabre, way. So all the words, or it's like I'm creating the stuff that they are, like writing, like earlier plumeria, like there's this flower. It literally is like the letters look like the flower.
And what do you feel in your body as these words are alive? I want you to take a breath and just feel in your body. Feel it in your body.
The way I took that breath brought an image of butterfly to mind, and it's sort of like that's what is here is these silvery, iridescent, opalescent wings of butterfly with variegations of, purple and blue and silver, and sort of a magenta, but very soft, and gold, rose gold, yeah, rose gold. But a lot of silver, a lot of blue periwinkle, Very,
Mhm.
very, very soft light, very soft pastel. Yeah, not any. If I say blue, it's a very soft pastel blue, and like more, like I said, like a periwinkle, and lots of light, soft purples, and so it's sort of, it's almost like I am, but it, because I've written, butterfly has emerged and it's sort of like, and it almost has like an orb of light from its, which is its soul essence, kind of that illumines it, that animates it. Though it's animated already, it kind of adds. It's almost like a, it's like a universe. It's like a cosmos, like a Men in Black, right, where the kitty's wearing like a whole universe on its collar. It's like that. It's like a cosmos that's just kind of swirling, that's very golden. Yeah, so in the writing, butterfly emerges and is with me. It's so it kind of is me. It's an extension of me. Like if I were to stand up and walk away, butterfly would walk with, would be with me. It would just go wherever I went. It's just, it's, but it has emerged from the words that are like paintings, but literally the actual stuff that I'm writing. Like if like ocean, the word ocean has like water coming out of the letters, like the ocean is quite
Uh,
present as I've written it on the page. So it's this elaborate world that's been created by letters and words. That's also a sort of a painting that's now allowed for transformation, right? Butterfly, new self, an actualized, individuated sort of self, the queenly self, the abundant
abundance.
self, as sort of, we'll call him Prince Eric. This is, my gosh, as man. I mean, as he sort of, I feel like now he has a crown on and he's much more kingly. I feel like suddenly he got, I'm like, how'd you get dressed so fast? Like he's in like formal kingly wear now. Lots of
Beautiful.
white and gold, and he's just sort of, you know, observing this. And then actually now he's like, oh, just kidding, just kidding. This is me. I'll wear my silk robe just like you are. Um,
Oh,
but
that's sweet. Yeah.
yeah. Um,
So there's going to be a place where you feel kind of this satisfaction that what you've given has been absolutely accepted and has been fulfilled. You have done your work, right? Go ahead and what gets to happen to lead to that point? Like, tell me the arrival of that point, and then you're going to enter into a spot just of I've done my work, and then what comes next? What comes next?
I'm talking with my partner. He's sort of, you know, looking at what's been emerging, you know, and has emerged on the page. Like he's just present as I'm doing it. He's, you know, looking out and enjoying the ocean. He's not sitting. He's that this whole time hasn't exactly been sitting there staring, you know, monitoring by any means. He's just, he's there and
Mm-hmm.
co-witnessing, really just inhabiting,
Mm-hmm.
co-present with me in this space in which, because he was, you know, he in part suggested like, oh right, yes, paper, yeah, and you know, every so often he just looks and is like, ooh, you know, and then looks back at the birds and the sky, and now, you know, sun is quite high, quite present, you know, warmth, and the day is emerging. You know, you can hear some like sounds. I do have to say that earlier I could, inner child was present and was saying things like now what, and there was a little bit, there was like a shaming and kind of a certain
Mm.
energy. And I asked her, I said, you, of course you can be present. So I had, she's sort of down on the beach below us, like it was like a park,
Mm.
and I let her play literally with like the letters that make up the words now what. like with little dump trucks, and like,
Yeah,
you know, like they're like figurines or something, you know, and so
that's
she's
amazing.
present down there, like can see me, I see her, and so she can ask her questions and feel safe and feel seen,
Hmm.
feel right, you know, and allowed, you know, even if that didn't, it felt like, wait, no, that's not, this isn't the time for that, but it's always the time for that, and she needs to
Yeah,
be seen, and so I'm here, and again, Eric, for lack of a better name for, I don't know if that, I don't know what I could, in dream tending I can turn and ask him, what is his name.
yeah.
I mean,
And you can. There's no rules here specifically. That's just fine. And but part of this isn't about kind of interpretation. It's about staying in this
yeah.
experience. Yeah.
Like, you can just call me Man for now. Okay, Man. I think that's perfect. Yeah, so Man, yeah, he's looking kind of over that, and because I kind of feel like I'm coming to, yeah, like, wow, I'm looking at all these words that are so alive, each of these unique words, and they're all creating this sort of magical, alive painting that's also a written kind of, I don't want to say document, kind of written scroll of magical paper filled with light, right? And with my little
Hmm.
quill and magical quill and so on, butterfly, and he looks and he's like, yeah, it looks like we're coming to the end of this, or an ending point here. Do you think it's finished? And I say yes, and so I'm like dipping my quill in my ink to sign my name on the bottom right corner in a specific, not like, you know, parallel, but sort of at an angle like this at the bottom of the page.
Hmm.
And it feels like a deep blue, purple colored ink. Again, you know, magical. It almost like has like a silvery sheen to it when I sign my name, and unlike like my paintings, it comes very fast. It's just,
Hmm.
it's beautiful, and yeah, there's actually, in doing that, in signing it, it actually, there's like a splashing over of ink onto the rest of the page to help kind of fill in, because the page was just white, and then there are these words that are very alive, and then I sign my name, but then the ink kind of like overflows and splashes to, in a sense, add like a background color
Yeah.
to everything, so that now everything, it like, so yeah, it's now, yeah, it's completely, the whole piece of paper, yeah, so the whole piece of paper is now this kind of like silvery, dark blue, purple, shimmering silver kind of ink with the words that are alive and, you know, written also all over this page, as well. So they just, there's, yeah, it's pretty extraordinary. And but then I'm like, well, but my signature is the same color as the background, and in saying that, then the signature kind of pops out as more silver. So there's a contrast,
Hmm.
and the man is, you know, sort of saying, yeah. Wow. I love it. Again. Just extraordinary. Yeah, exquisite, beautiful work. And I'm like, yeah, and it was so useful, so fun, so simple, and yet it unearthed this magnitude of complexity that just completely, you know, befuddles the mind. Yeah, breaks, it
Hmm.
can break the mind, because it's all, I just had to enjoy, show up, and then this magic, this complete otherworldly magic emerged on the page, and then even in signing it, you know, another, just any step I took, it was then taken a whole other step times infinity beyond that, through other guides or forces, you know, unknown, unseen. Yeah.
Beautiful. I feel so much of that. I feel the kind of blowing out of the brain in this beautiful light, this amazing ease, like that of sensation that's happening here. And what we're going to do is we come kind of to the end. I want you to find kind of this beautiful closing point where you can once again reiterate within you what in your world, what is in your world. And I'm just going to let you take that lead and take us to that beautiful closing, knowing once again that this is always available to you. This and any kind of whatever this is, this world, it is always with you. It is always with you. But go ahead and just take yourself to that point.
I feel it feels very much like a Disney cartoon at this point. Is there, there's like a some type of very much like an animated cartoon pelican type messenger bird, like a Hermes bird, but it's like it's like a sterling or some type of big seabird that is coming up, and my little painting written whatever this thing is, it just kind of is magically immediately, dried. It rolls itself up into a little scroll. It was into like a little glass bottle, and now the seabird has it to like deliver it to God even knows who. He's gonna made some magical art for some other writing, some other kingdom or queendom, or I don't know. Some other people now get to enjoy this. It's gonna go out and make the world a better place. I thank him for his service. He's gonna have to fly really far, it looks like. He's like, oh no, I'm just going over to Kansas. Like, just kidding. I do have to fly a lot. We're out in the middle of the ocean here. He's like, it's gonna take me a while. Yeah, especially if I go to Kansas. Haha, wink, wink. So yeah, you're funny. Okay. And no, but Man and I are just sort of joking and we're just laughing. We're laughing and giggling and at the bird at Bird and Bird Messenger and watching him fly off. Now the day is fully people, much more, everything's very much alive. It's not that quiet of like dawn, and it's very much the day is here and a lot more. There's a brighter light, more warmth, more oranges and reds in this very otherwise, very blue, silvery, purple, light, white, lots of white, gold also obviously room. So we're just, he and I enjoying this day well lived. It's kind of like our work is done. Like we've done what we need to do. Good job. Now what? But and the little girl is like, exactly. This is like a comedy. That's my line. But it's not. It's like, oh my God, yes, you really have, you did need to use that phrase, but this was the moment. And so it's kind of like we're all reunited now, like a little happy family. Like I think we're making plans to maybe go down and play with her. We were like, oh, should she come up here? And it's like, no, we'll that'll be what's next. Yeah, how about we take another breath, enjoy this, take the last few sips of our drink. Pierre's coming to take the drinks away on that beautiful silver ornate, around the edges, all the little like flowers kind of engraved in, platter, and or whatever that is, like a paisley pattern. Yeah, and anyway, and then we're gonna go after we're finishing that, just making sure we're dressed, I guess. That Man is like, oh yeah, let's throw on some bathing suits and some comfortable clothes, and let's go down the beach and hang out with this little girl, as he says, your little girl. Maybe even he just said your inner girl. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna hang out by the coconut trees on this little patch of shady little grass with all the coconut trees, and then there's the ocean there and beach, and it's not per se a private beach. There's plenty of other people are there. very egalitarian queendom. We're all
Mm.
queens, right? That's,
Mm-hmm.
like I said earlier,
It's
it was,
beautiful.
this is like, it's we all get to live what we see as our queenliness or kingliness, or in our own, way,
Mm-hmm.
this abundant, easeful kind of reality or realm, way of living. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I do have to add that I've done a lot of digs and journeying, through other communities in which this landscape has come up, but it's been far more underdeveloped, definitely tropical. It was part of what led me to go to Hawaii recently. And I was journeying with someone named Charlie, who was my animus, like a facet of my male sort of divine or male self, male ego, you
Mm-hmm.
could say. But yeah, and this is sort of that landscape, except now it's grown up, as it were. Like
Mm-hmm.
it used to be like kind of like bamboo stilts, like house, like and like really kind of rugged, beautiful, gorgeous, just like it is here now in this space and place. But it's, yeah, but now there's this freaking castle, and the world's developed too. There are other types of houses and living spaces, but without marring any of the beauty of this place. And I have to say, when I
Mm-hmm.
was asking Man, like, oh, what should what can I call you? What do you go by? And because Prince Eric didn't feel right, I felt a little silly, but it was funny. But I did hear the name Charlie, but sometimes I just call everyone Charlie. It feels like, or Henry or Fred or something. So, but it's interesting that I did hear Charlie. But I like the fact that he said Man, because Man is
Yeah.
generic, and I don't have to know who he is, and even
Yeah.
Charlie, who Charlie is. Charlie's constant, the soul companions, shapeshift. And anyway, I just wanted to point that it just became very clear. I was like, oh, I know where I am.
Yeah. You started to see, oh, this is kind of a place of home that I know. It's beautiful. When you feel ready, you can feel and soak in once again that statement, and just say it out loud um, as you go ahead and just kind of return to the room that you've so-called say you're in now, this relative reality, and just take the amount of breaths you need to do so.
And also, do I need to repeat, or would you like me to
Yes,
repeat in my
repeat.
world? That okay? Got it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna breathe a
Mm-hmm.
little bit first.
Yeah. And this is just another, again, it establishes that energetic signature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In my world, ease is king, and abundance is queen.
Mm, I feel that. And so it is.
And so it shall be.
That was so cool to do with you. I enjoyed that so much. And I loved that you naturally, of course, went into this kind of dream world of that you're so familiar, that you feel so home at home in, you know? And where some people, they wake up and they're in their natural bed and they're going about in a different sense. And it can be applied in that way. You can put yourself in your same reality and actually walk through it in the same manner. But I think, of course, it was so perfect where this energy got to be established in for you. Like, and there's another thing that became really obvious for me, and you were making note of that, of the sense of how you naturally, you're like, you move very fast in a lot of your dream tending experience. And I also sense too that some of the things that happen in the dream tending, it's kind of like the process is one of kind of almost interpretation, more so than or getting information more so than I am establishing my kingdom. I am feeling, I am actually experiencing this new matrix unfolding before me. I am just here to experience it, like in that energetic resonance of it. Like that's kind of the key of what I feel this practice is for me and for anyone doing it. So yeah, it was fun. And I would love your feedback, and like what it felt like for you, because for me, it was something that even as I was holding space, I felt more and more the ease of it and the abundance of it. Like I felt that take over, right? And it wasn't the kind of work that a lot of times when I'm holding space, it can be. It was like, oh, actually, this holding space is ease and is abundance. So it was that dramatic that it came in to me, even in a way. I felt it. It was really, really cool. But anyways, I would love to hear your experience. And I mean, there might even been something.
Want more soul play? Click the links below for your very own free soul play experience, or to join in a group session